Welcome to the We've Been Drinking MMA podcast. I am Lousy.
And this is Backhand.
This is our prediction for the main event of the UFC 220 fight night between Krylov and Ryan Spann.
We're going with our predictions. I'm going with Ryan Spann.
Ryan Spann's a good pick. My pick is going to be first round homicide. Someone's getting murdered in that ring. What do you think about that?
I agree, man. It's homicide. Like someone's getting killed.
He's gonna opt out to second degree manslaughter. I think.
Wait, tell me.
He's no jail time. No jail time. Though.
Hey, what's the odds? So you looked up the odds on DraftKings for if it goes the distance versus not going the distance. So not going the distance would be getting finished by submission or KO. Either guy winning, but finished by KO or submission, right? What's the odds of a finish happening?
The odds of the finishing happening, you have to bet $900 to win 100. So minus 900 to win 100. So
and let me tell you right now, both these guys throw like heavy strikes, man. So like Lousy said, it's homicide. It's a homicide.
Yeah.
So
someone leaving without all their ears is probably going to happen.
All right. So basically, the stats are basically Ryan Spann is the slight underdog, very close. He's like maybe 45% chance to win. Krylov is a slight favorite, 55% chance to win, basically. Spann has a 2-inch height advantage. Spann also has a 1.5-inch reach advantage. And the thing, though, is that Krylov has 4.4 significant strikes per minute, and Spann only has 3.4 significant strikes per minute. So that's Krylov's advantage because Krylov is very aggressive as far as he throws a lot of strikes in a row. He'll throw combinations going forward on the run. So it's a very exciting main event. And the thing is that Krylov also has takedowns. He mixes in takedowns, which makes him even more dangerous. But Spann has also got 1.5 takedowns per fight. So Spann is no slouch on the ground anymore. And so it keeps it into a very interesting fight where he can get up off the ground. And so, Lousy, why do you think Spann has the advantage? We both going with Spann here by murder.
It's just his counterpunching is dangerous. Like he used to be like head down, punching straight forward, like charging. But now he's learned. Like, he's going to get countered and he's going to get dazed and he's going to get taken out. Now he's learned from I think he's learned from ever since the Anthony Smith fight, like, to not just to go forward, to actually think about his punches. But he's still really dangerous power. He still has that dangerous power to not get people out of there. So it's not like he can't submit people, because he has. But he has that power to knock you out like a heavyweight. And this Krylov guy is no slouch either. He's 29 fights by wins. 9 of those fights have been 9 sub 1 minute fights. 12 of those fights have been by KO. So somebody's going to get taken out. That's why it's minus 900.
For the finish.
For the finish, yeah. So I'm not picking a winner. I'm picking somebody who's gonna need an ambulance. So
yeah, and for Spann, Spann is an absolute hits like a heavyweight, like Lousy said, absolutely factual. The guy is hitting. He's so heavy-handed, it's unbelievable. And the scary thing is, I'm just like on a side note, his last fight where he KO'd Dominic Reyes out cold, and Dominic Reyes fought. Just to give some context of how good Dominic Reyes is and was, before he got KO'd by Prochaska and then just got KO'd by Ryan Spann, John Jones is just coming back next week to fight, moving up to heavyweight to fight for the heavyweight championship versus Cyril Gane. And guess who John Jones' last fight was? A close, very razor-thin, close win against Dominic Reyes. That's how good Dominic Reyes was. He challenged John Jones.
Very debatable fight, by the way. Very debatable.
A lot of people thought Reyes won rounds 1, 2, and 3, and then Jones won 4 and 5, but they gave, I think, round 2, 4, and 5 to Jones, and that's why he won. But it was a very, very close fight. So that's how good Reyes was, and Spann took him out. Like, every exchange just basically owned him, and Reyes looked pretty good in the fight, but it was just Spann just like Lousy said, he's turning into more of a counterpuncher and a smart fighter as far as his punch selection. He's not just going forward with with reckless abandon. He's smart.
Great main event here. It's going to be a fun fight to watch. Let's go.
Let's go. Indeed. I mean, the thing is that, so, all right, so this is the thing. Krylov likes to go forward. Spann likes to back up and counter now. So like Lousy said, Spann really learned that going forward too much when he has his man hurt, like he had Anthony Smith hurt, he had Johnny Walker hurt when they fought. Spann went forward and then he got countered and got hurt by both fighters and going over aggressive. And now he's realized he wants to stay back. That's what he did with Dominic Reyes and let Reyes hang himself and just run into the power of Ryan Spann with the counter punches. Ryan Spann can also throw 3-punch combinations. And with heavy punches on every one of those 3 punches, it's unbelievable his power. Like Lousy said, it hits like a heavyweight. He's not even exaggerating a little bit. It's scary, this guy with his power. So the thing is that Krylov likes to go forward, Spann likes to back up and counter, so it's perfect for a counterpuncher. However, Krylov also likes to mix in takedowns. But Krylov is falling in love with his combinations. He throws lead uppercuts. He'll start with an uppercut and throw some punches and then a kick. He's absolutely wild guy. 4 or 5 strikes on the run coming forward, and then he can get you against the fence and clinch you and take you down. He's got solid takedowns. Ryan Spann got submitted 3 fights ago by Anthony Smith, so people might say Ryan Spann, I don't know about his ground game. However, in his second to last fight, he fought a boxer named Ian Kudalaba, and Ryan Spann only has, Ryan Spann also has 12 submissions on his record too, so he's not just a KO artist, he's a submission artist, which is unbelievable. And proof of it is in his second to last fight, he fought Ian Kudalaba. He won by submission in the first round. He got taken down twice, and he got up off the ground because he knows how to get up off the ground really well now. He's really, improved that. And then he somehow caught Ian Kudalaba. They were clinching again in the first round after the 2 takedowns where he got up from that, and he just knows how to the body position and then kicked him off, Kudalaba off. Amazing ability to get up off the ground. And then he just got him in a choke, I believe. And it was just kind of it was a surprise. It was a very shocking surprise because a lot of people think Spann is just a knockout artist because of lately he's been KOing people. But man, the guy's submissions are really top notch actually. So this is the thing. In my opinion, yes, Krylov could go for the takedown. I don't think he's going to go for too many takedowns because he's really getting over aggressive. When he goes for his 4 or 5 punch, 4-punch combos with a kick and stuff like that on the run, his head is in harm's way. He took a lot of damage against Ozdemir, actually. He got punched a lot. He did KO Gustafsson in his second to last fight, but Gustafsson was chinny.
Yeah.
And Lousy, we talked about that. Me and you talked about that, how Gustafsson is chinny. He's been getting KO'd by everybody. Just a lot of people are hurting him. Fabricio Verdum hurt him. I mean, he's a grappler, and he hurt him.
Well, Gustafsson is a Hall of Famer, but he's done.
He is done. He's just taken too much damage over the years. And so, he got punched. He barely got scraped almost by the punch. It was like an overhand. And Gustafsson just got put down. He got right back up, and then he just got hit again too many times later on in the fight. He was doomed from the start. And I don't want to say that Krylov's not a great striker. I'm not trying to say that Krylov's a bad striker. He's a good striker. However, the KO over Gustafsson is his second to last win, even though Gustafsson is a Hall of Famer. It's just not. You can't really you got to take that into context and know that Gustafsson was absolutely chinny. His skull, he's just bad. He's a hurt fighter. He's a beat fighter going in. No offense, I like Alexander Gustafsson, great guy, but in his last fight versus Ozdemir, man, he would go forward, getting hit a lot in the first round. He got better as the fight went on and took less damage. However, Ozdemir also slowed down, and that's what really gave Krylov the advantage. But think about if he kept getting hit more and more, and Ozdemir didn't gas out. I mean, it would have been a hell of a firefight, and that's the problem when you're going against a guy like Spann and you're coming in with these punches and recklessly a little bit when you're throwing 4 or 5 strike combinations on the run.
You're going to get countered.
Spann will counter, right? Spann will counter and counter you hard. He will wait for the right spot and really hurt you. Like we said, he's getting really smart, really picking his chances to counter a lot smarter than he used to.
Being more patient with his strikes instead of going headstrong into it.
Yeah, so the other thing is that Krylov also, other than the 4 or 5 strike combinations, he's got a really good body kick. Dominic Reyes also has a really good body kick, which he showed in Spann's last fight. And guess what Spann did? He was able to time that and actually counter right after the body kick. So I'm telling you, in every single way, Krylov's body kicks are going to get countered by Spann. His 4 or 5 strike combinations on the run, Spann's going to counter him there. When he takes him down, Spann will be able to get up off the ground. I really see Spann really hurting him. I think he finishes him in 2 rounds, to be honest. That might be a little bit of an arrogant prediction, but it just feels like he's going to counter him. And Krylov is really susceptible to getting hit a lot in the first round, like he showed against Ozdemir. I think... yeah, man. This is going to be a bad night for Krylov. He's a favorite, but I think Spann is going to show. I think Spann lost to Walker, and people are thinking Walker's not even top 7. That's why Spann is the underdog. They're not realizing that Spann got over-aggressive, and Spann has now changed into a counterpuncher. But this is the things that we realize is that sometimes the bookmakers don't realize that the evolution of a fighter is happening, and this is what's happening.
You learn and adapt, but I like your pick with Spann, but in the distance is my prediction. And first round murder.
Yeah.
Manslaughter for sure.
I'm going to definitely be betting Spann. But yeah, I agree. I mean, both guys can finish a lot of finishes on their record. So it's a great fight going with Spann. Lousy is too, but Lousy is going for the in the distance. He really thinks one of them is going to hurt, just put each other out. Someone's going to finish the other person.